This is Coach Lee with myexbackcoach.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about if you can get your ex back if they're in a rebound relationship. Please take a second and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when I have other videos that can be helpful to your situation. Now, when you see your ex in a rebound relationship, it's a very panicking type of thing. It makes you uneasy, makes you anxious, makes you feel like you have lost your ex. And I understand why that can be very troubling. And I hope that I can give you some comfort as to why the odds are good that this relationship they're in now will not last. Obviously, I'm not guaranteeing anything because we're dealing with a human being, not a math problem. And so all kinds of random things can happen. But it's very helpful to be able to know that there is some math that's on your side. If you were in a relationship with this person and the relationship itself was a decent amount of time, usually I like to tell people if it's 3 months or more, that's kind of the starting point, and it begins to help the longer that it is after that point. And that's when we can start to say that your ex is not likely to be able to just flick a switch and forget about you, or flick a switch and have feelings for this person that are on par with what they had for you. If you were their romantic partner for a good amount of time and you made up a big part of their life because of that, then this other person doesn't just get to slide into this role. And what often happens is when they are interacting with this person and getting to know this person, because your ex is probably trying to move on. If they are the one who broke up with you, they are trying to move on, most likely. And so they're going to be interacting with this person, trying to get to know this person, and they will likely share they just got out of a long-term relationship. At this point, let's talk about how that affects the new person. The new person will, at that point, have someone to worry about because he or she knows people sometimes get back with their exes. As a matter of fact, if it was a long-term thing, that person knows that your ex probably still has feelings for you. And so that's going to be on this person's mind. They are going to worry slightly that you could get this person back, that they could go back to you. And so even if it's just a minor concern, it's still on the table. And this person can put themselves in a bad place with your ex because it's likely they will kind of test the water a little bit with your ex. They will say something like, "Do you two still talk?" They'll try to gauge the situation. And your ex will see this slightly as a show of weakness, of a little bit of neediness, a little bit of clinginess, as their confidence has been a little bit shaken because they care and they want to know if this person is a threat. And when I say this person, I mean you. So that's usually the awkward situation that this new person finds himself or herself in. And so as things move forward with this person and your ex, the other person will probably again either bring up the situation or will look on Facebook and see old pictures and that kind of thing. And the possibility for this person to show jealousy and neediness towards you, that is, jealousy towards you, neediness towards your ex because of you, that's when things can be going in your favor, because this person will appear a little bit unattractive, as though they are threatened by you. So that's one way that it can work. And since your ex, most likely, unless they have narcissistic tendencies or some sort of mental characteristic flaws in them, they aren't able to just flick a switch and jump into a new relationship. That just doesn't happen. Even if they want to move on from you, they will still hold back slightly. That's just how humans are. It's a weird thing to try to be in another relationship with someone when you've gotten out of one that's very serious. You need that time to heal where you are by yourself. That's why rebound relationships usually don't last. At least that's one of the reasons. Another reason is, as I've already described, this person can start to show unattractive traits when they learn that you were in the picture and have only recently been broken up with. So this new person is going to sense that your ex is not all in, that there's some holdback, And so things maybe don't move as quickly as this new person wants them to. And so the new person tries to move things a little faster, partly because he or she wants it to happen faster, but also because they want to feel they don't have to worry about you. And that's kind of their motivation. It's like, if I can get this relationship to be more serious, then I've taken the place of this other person. And she won't be tempted to go back to this other person, or he won't be tempted to go back to this other person being you. And so when that happens, this other person is actually messing things up. He is pushing your ex away because he's rushing your ex. He's trying to keep tabs on you and if you're communicating with her. And oftentimes I've seen new people, the rebound person, show extreme jealousy, even show up to the ex's business and want to fight and stuff like that, because it's like they feel instantly this threat that this person is 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And again, when the relationship that they had with you was a decent amount of time, they cannot give themselves fully to this person. It will take a lot longer. And whenever one person feels that the other person is not as invested as they are, they often will try to force the issue. They'll try to rush your ex. And your ex, when your ex feels that this other person is more invested, then that's when they actually pull back, which, as you already know from some of my other videos or from visiting my website, myexbackcoach.com, when one person pulls back, that usually means that the other person will move toward them. And so that's why oftentimes rebound relationships sabotage themselves. And so that's why the best thing you can do is to stay in no contact, to stay back and let this thing crash. Because this person is already starting the relationship knowing that your ex was with you for a decent amount of time. And most relationships, at least most dating relationships, just don't last that long. People realize, we're not that compatible, or things come up in life, and since the relationship doesn't have much time and it's not serious, then the person doesn't feel that much loyalty to the relationship or commitment to the relationship, and so they just kind of say, let's just be friends, or I'm moving in a different direction. And so relationships that last a long time are just not super typical. And so this new person feels pressure. Am I going to just be a quick one because she still wants him, or because he still wants her, meaning you, of course. So this new person is set up with a lot of pressure, and a lot of, if this person has any jealous tendencies at all, they will come out, which will alarm your ex, push that person away, and oftentimes back into your arms, especially if you're the one who's showing strength and not reaching out and letting your ex miss you. Whereas this new person, because he or she is overwhelming them and trying to get things moving quicker because they're threatened by you, that person is available. That person's easy. That person is constantly there. You are the one who's scarce, which raises perceived value, which raises attraction. This new person thinks that overwhelming your ex just with texts and phone calls and gifts and let's see each other every day and I want to have these 2 and 3 hour marathon conversations on the phone, they think that's the way to get your ex more serious about them and to move the relationship along. But what's actually happening is that your ex just starts to think, I need a break. This is moving way too fast. This person is way more invested in me than I am in him or her. And so you actually make yourself into a magnet for your ex. And this new person actually becomes a useful idiot, if you've heard the term. Not that this person's an idiot. I don't even know them, obviously. I'm just saying that they become useful to the situation because they can hand your ex back to you on a silver platter. And notice that the key was you remain backed off. Because if you come in and this other person's hot and heavy trying to push things with your ex and you're trying to get your ex back, your ex is going to feel it from both of you and just want out. Just both of you leave me alone. But if you're the one who's strong and stays back, you have an advantage. And this new person is going to do the wrong things. So in a lot of ways, you just have to wait this relationship out. Now, again, I'm speaking in general terms. I cannot tell you that in every situation that it's not going to work out with this new person. I can tell you that in a lot of the cases that that's how it happens, that this new person moves too fast trying to compensate for you. because they know that your ex just got out of a serious relationship and they don't want to fail. They don't want to be the, oh, we just dated for a little bit and quit, because they feel like they have to beat you. And so hopefully you can see how this can work to your advantage, because especially if your ex felt like you were over pursuing them and texting too much and attraction fell because you were just too overwhelming or needy or beggy. If you back off and show the opposite trait and this new person shows that, we already know that it turns away your ex. We know that anyway, but you get to see firsthand that your ex reacts by pulling away. So this new person doing that should have the same effect. So therefore, if you stay back and let this new person have to try to compete with you, and your ex feeling curiosity, wondering why you haven't reached out, what's going on with you, because that's normal. When you've been in a long-term relationship with someone, you don't just flick a switch and hate them, unless you two were literally fighting constantly. But if the relationship was pretty good, they don't hate you. They just, for whatever reason, felt like they didn't have a future with you. At least they couldn't see one at the moment. But if attraction goes back up, that can change. And so they don't have these negative feelings towards you. And so when you pull away, they become curious. And this new person can sense that your ex is not totally in. And your ex will only get further and further away as the new person tries to force the issue, and your ex becomes more curious about you and is getting tired of this person who is needy and clingy and is begging for their time. So in a lot of ways, it can be a perfect storm. I hope it works that way for you. You can schedule a coaching call with me by visiting myexbackcoach.com. Please take a second to subscribe to this channel if this video has been helpful to you, and to like this video if it's been helpful to you. Again, you can schedule a coaching call with me at myexbackcoach.com. And this has been Coach Lee with myexbackcoach.com. Thank you for watching.